Hello. Let's finish this run. Get another one marked off as a victory. Into the books. Into the books. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Okie dokie. I believe my next key quest was a Black Gravios. As much as that hurts every fiber of my being to say out loud. I'm pretty sure that's what the next quest was. If memory serves me as well. I only have, like, 8 quests left? MH4U key quests. Caravan. Okay. There it is. My apologies. Righty. Hunt the Black Gravios. Black Rock down. I can move this weapon back up to the top because I've just upgraded it. Let's have a look, shall we? Black Rock down. Azure Raphalos. Brute Tigrex. Stygian Zenoga. Frenzied Brachirios. That's number 6, this one. Frenzied Deviljo. Apex Ceregios. Kashala Deora. That is 8 quests. And I can claim glorious victory. Not too shabby. I also didn't do what I went in there to do because I'm a dummy. And I got distracted by imminent victory. Imminent victory. It's definitely happening today. Definitely. 3.5 hours. That's got to be enough time to do 8 quests, right? Right? Right. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then we pull the next run. Which will be for Monster Hunter World. I've had a nice break. Sort of. I had like a breakfast biscuit. And then a few chocolate balls. Little sweet chocolate bolle that we made yesterday together. Before I was brutally abandoned. And then I had to get a whole bunch of laundry in. So my break was chores. Basically. You're plugging keyboard in and stuff? Yeah, new keyboard. Seemed like a good time to take them in. R5. Sun's kind of going away. Not in terms of like the sky, it will still be up for a while longer, but the garden seems appropriate. A weekend intermission of stuff myself any percent. See how much and how fast I can eat? Dude, I've already got a weight problem. Don't make it worse. This monster was your least favorite of 4U. I honestly used to not mind Black Gravios that much. Until I was forced by Komuro and Ein to do the double Black Gravios quest. Genuinely like 4 or 5 or 6 times in a row. Just double Black Gravios, double Black Gravios, double Black Gravios, double Black Gravios, constantly. Now I really don't like him. For Pallium, I literally don't even know why they wanted to do it. What are those allegations? People will remember that this happened, Ein. Then you made me fight Tiger Stripe Zamtrios with you naked. Multi-hunts are rather a detriment for res, if you recall correctly. It depends on carve chance, because Gravios has the tail cut, and the tail cut's 2 carves, so it might be useful. And also, if, depending on the carve shots from the body, might be good as well. I don't know. The Rusted Tiger Stripe run was golden. It's a shame we didn't win. We won the one with the cats. We didn't win the one without the cats. Because the cats did too much damage. And then you kept disconnecting all the time. The one moment where losing didn't feel that bad. Just because you got to fight Tiger Stripe a whole month. I also had an accursed mix set. That I remember distinctly. Horrors of mixed sets. This back will break. I will keep mounting Black Gravios until the back breaks. Normally, don't like to do it. Black Gravios? Fuck him. There we go. I have speed sharpening, don't I? Whee! What skills do I have? Speed sharpening, tremor resistance, and health. That's funny. Okay, cool. Probably for the sake of double check. Want to remember that? Not terrible against Black Gravios here. Either, which is nice. I wonder which run will be drawn from World. I love getting close to the end of a challenge run because I get to be like, what am I doing? What's happening? What's it gonna be? I don't really even know what I'm in the mood for World at the moment, to be honest. Honestly, wouldn't mind getting one of the collectors. As weird as that sounds. Either the Ice Mod Charge Blade Collector one, or... just the normal Insect Glaive one. The low rank bombs only could also be a funny challenge. Bombs and poisons only. Nice. Yes, good. Good. Make this easier. The tail cut. I need the wings if I really want it to be as easy as it gets. There's the back. Delightful. That was a good transition. Good uses of the moveset there. Actually used it in the right way. Permanef sucked for tremor resistance, yeah. The Permanef show is not great. One of the single monster only runs could be really cool as well. Just because it means I get to do Alatreon and Fatalis. Your assumption why I want to play World? Oh, no, no, no. I just find World a lot less, like, stressful to play than the older ones. A lot less stressful to play. What else is quality of life? It's not even about the quality of life necessarily, it's just... it's easier. Outside of a few quests which you have to like really pay attention to, it's just easier. So I get to enjoy the particular, like the peculiarities, the intricacies of a particular challenge run, without basically like losing the run because I'm trying to mess around with the nitty-gritty details of it and stuff, if it's one of the runs that are like that. just autopilot it, yeah. It's when you get to the big boys that you have to, kind of when you get to like, yeah, late game Elder Dragons and stuff, when you get to Master Rank, you have to turn off the autopilot. Which I like, that it's not just so easy that you don't pay attention at any point. It's good. Something unexpected happened. You have to change your plans at the last minute. That's irritating. That's irritating. Always is. Always is. Bom, bom, ba-dum. Your solo Terraria world base? You have a solo Terraria world? Who even are you? What do you mean, yes, question mark? Last time you're like, Terraria, man, right? How far am I from finishing this run? Including this quest, 8 quests. So it should be done today. I can't remember what they all were. Black Gravios, Brute Tiggy, Stygian Sonoga. That's 3. Frenzied Brachiosaurus, Frenzied Deviljo, 5. Serigios and Kashala, 7. There's another one. I don't know what the other monster is. So it's a lot of, like, painful fights. You don't understand the game, but mouse and keyboard makes it tolerable. I mean, you don't need to understand it. You just want to have fun with it, right? That's the point. Whereas one of the billion games you want to play and just don't, a bit of the fact that you want to wait for the next update. You want to get shit done? Then you go speak to the guide character in-game. He gives you hints on what you need to do next. Mostly. If I remember correctly. That's kind of his purpose. They're actually useful sometimes, yeah. He's useless, just ask us for hits, yeah. Hopefully you'd understand a decent-ish amount of the early game, considering you played with friends, right? You don't still have Calamity on, do you, Mace? For your solo world? Because if you do, then I will not be helpful. Eugene, mate. You've never played modern? Oh. You're allowed to do vanilla? Oh, why so? What happened to Calamity? There was potentially going to be a point in time in which you helped me play Terraria because of that. I thought that was going to be a very novel experience when that happened, but never mind. Huh? There's a Calamity run in the pool. For the challenge runs. But, never mind. Why would you help? If you had played it, I could ask you for help. If I needed it. I skipped the canon event, yeah. Fair. Fair. This hugs to us as an unscarred base for not witnessing the Calamity mod, yeah. True. Azure Raphalos. Azure Raphalos. What do I want to use against him? Charge Blade might not be a terrible idea. I also use the chunky hitting lance. Or greatsword, I should say. Just a greatsword. Why no Calamity, though, Mace? Tremor, is this going to be nice for Zhou with Charge Blade? I don't know if I'm going to use Charge Blade against Zhou, to be honest. Potion Megas, Coolers, Max. Antidotes. You don't know why? They just said you were doing. They were doing vanilla, and you went, "Thank God." Fair enough. You were not going to complain when the scenario arose. Just like, fine by me. Tremor resistance would be irrelevant against Joe, wouldn't it, Eugene? Because you could just, in theory, block the tremor and use it to get your Syed off. Hello, Frenchie. Higher rank activities, yep. 7 quests, including this one. 7 more. We scratch another win off for 2024. G, there is no G in this run. This run ends at high. This run ends at village high rank. Easy then, yep. Tis done. Thankfully, I put in so much due diligence at low rank. Oh, this was the go. Nope. If it was to Gilmazios, I never would have done high rank village. It's just not worth it. Chisel said to do this run until when we were like theorizing it, until high rank village, because we weren't sure how possible it would be. And the point was for it to be like something you actually had to think about, but also still possible. Haha, hilarious. And the problem going to GOG is that farming becomes a bit awkward. And yeah, the stipulation on going to G rank was I think it was specifically what Chisel said if I would have fun with it. I love 4U to death. It's a great game. The Relic Run. The Relic Run hangover still exists. It's there. I could feel it behind my eyes. That run was rough. Rough. Relic Run hard mode coming 2026. No. You know what I'm going to be doing in 2026? Still these fucking challenge runs. That's what I'm going to be doing. still gonna be going through this goddamn list. Whose fault is that? Maybe mine a bit, because, like, I should have potentially expected someone to go batshit insane. I just didn't, so it's hard stop. What's that, a wild feather bird companion only in 2026? Always expect the rich bougie chat member. How was I meant to predict that? I have no way to know. How long did it take for Ein to give 100 subs? Like most of a year, and then did like 100 at once for the September, the first super stream. Like 3 hours into the first super stream. That should have been the sign. I thought that was just a one-off. You gotta bear in mind at this point, Frenchie, I was actively playing Darkest Dungeon as well. Red flag, yeah. Is that a red flag? From the streamer's perspective? It was fun. It was insane. You're still insane. I've just unfortunately become slightly desensitized to it. Saw some British dude playing Darkest Dungeon stuff just happened. Don't make it sound like that was the first stream you were ever in. You'd been here for a good chunk of time before that point. You've gifted over 300 plus to one channel, but that was over like 3 to 4 years. Yeah, people here be kind of whack. People here be kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Back when gifting subs used to be cheap. Did it used to be cheap? Weird. Come on! Good. Used to be like $4. Isn't it $5 now? Taxes? Oh, fucking America. Fucking North America, man. Yeah. 6 is a lot. something on mobile costs more than on PC. Yeah, I know that one. It actually doesn't. If you don't do it on the app. It specifically costs more on the app because Google takes a cut. Or Apple takes a cut. Because you're doing a transaction through the Apple Store. The price you pay is more. But for all of the shitty stuff that Twitch does, that one is not on there. That one is not on there. You don't watch from web mode on your phone? Oh no, you don't watch from it. You just go on it for a brief moment, sub, and then never look at it again. Until you have to sub again. Don't watch it on there, it's terrible. We really trust Google? The mega corporation, Google? No. Of course you can't. Nice. Good hits in here. Get away with this. This is wonderful. Terraria strip mining? What do you mean by that? You're just going left and right underground? That's kind of a terrible way to do that. Yeah? I mean, it works, but that is extremely time-consuming. As opposed to finding a cave. Nice. Good. One cave you have access to that, or to scale the dungeon or traverse the purple places. No, no. Keep going down till you find another one. Dig yourself a elevator. On the way down, you'll find plenty of caves. Or start digging your elevator, I should say. That's the way you get your mining. Yeah, strip mining's really inefficient in Terraria. Not in terms of like, oh, the ore per like node ratio, right, or anything like that. It's just really bad for your time. Because there's much less caves at higher generation than there is at lower. What's that? Strip mining is where you go to a desired height and then you just dig left and right. Make a staircase. Either using wooden platform or rope, just make a hole, Mace. A 2 or 3 wide, depending on personal preference, hole that just goes straight down. And have a shitload of wooden platforms on you. Dig straight down. Yeah, I mean, you're not playing Minecraft, you can see what's beneath you. The reason you can't dig straight down in Minecraft is because it's first person. And then you either use the wooden platforms to jump up or the rope and just ride it all the way up. Asking Mace, who's never played the game before, to get a lot of dynamite might be a bit hard, Eugene. Might be a wee bit difficult. If you get into lava, that's your own fault for not paying attention. If you get down to lava and manage to fall into it without noticing, you deserve to die. Quite frankly. As far as Terraria is concerned, you fucked up. You fucked up bad. You know, the thought that you're gonna have to spend your own money on a vacuum is making you feel old, Fizzle. Is it not making you feel independent? Especially when going into the underworld. Just more dependent on jobs. Fair. Fair. Something that maybe taken into consideration here, Eugene. I don't know if Mace necessarily knows about NPCs to the extent that we do. So the Demolitionist, while not particularly hidden, Mace still might have no idea how to get them. Especially if his friends have been doing everything on the server, right? Never mind. Never mind. If he's ignoring the guide, yeah. I mean... It's Mace. Who talks to the guide? New players. There is conditions for the Mace. They don't just spawn in when house available. You have to have specific conditions for NPCs to spawn in met and also an open house. Demolitionist, piece of piss. You literally need to have one bomb obtained ever. And an open house that's valid housing. Which is really easy to get, but... How's the run going? It is now 6 quests away from victory. That's how the run's going. Pretty dang well. Pretty dang well, Chisel. It's a sacrificial lamb. I mean, what? What? No. Surely not. Not the guide. Everyone loves the guide. That's a free houses in RNG. Just build like 6. That's my advice. Just build a lot. And it's not RNG anymore. Man, Terraria is such a good game. You have 2 open houses in the main building you haven't spawned. They do count as valid housing, right? There's a button to check that if you don't know. On the right hand side of the screen. Yeah, you do know, okay, cool. You made houses as busy work? Ah, okay. You want to play more Calamity with a friend? Team Loader just refuses to cooperate. It never works. Aww. That sucks. I hope that doesn't become a problem for me, because I've never tried to mod Terraria, ever. It's a multiplayer problem, not an issue with single player. Good. So holding up the edge to play it again. Yeah, you actually like keep up to date with the updates. I've just given up. I love Terraria to death. I'm actually kind of sick of them updating it at this point, though. I'm kind of done. Terraria 2. I mean, they're working on it. Right? I'm really sad Otherworld died before it even was birthed into existence. I was super excited for Otherworld. Come out in Terraria because of 1.10. Christ. After you did guns only. I do remember, yeah. You never touched it. Been a little bit, yeah. Not necessarily been that long. Magic Mirror, top tier. Top tier item. One of the big boy early game finds. Much needed item. I'm so glad they changed it so that you just have enough now. To cast it immediately. Like you just start with the mana, you don't have to get a mana star anymore to have 20 mana. It's always really annoying finding a magic mirror and then being like, well, can't use it. Slower than the pot when having to escape. If the only way that I'm escaping is the time difference between a magic mirror and a recall pot, I'm fucked. The only way that's helpful to you is if you've got like 5,000 hours in the game or you're a speedrunner. Or you've watched so much speedrunning. That time difference? I'm too busy failing to scroll to my mirror. Talk about actually using it to recall. A mirror gives diamonds with shimmer. I've still not found any shimmer. Time difference does make serious difference to recalling it. The time difference is irrelevant to 99.5% of the player base. Shimmer's cool. I'm sure it is. Shimmer's one of those things that seems really neat and I will never fucking deal with. Very, very neat. I will never deal with it. Ever. I mean, 1.5 seconds? Eugene, like, how many people is that actually going to make a difference for? You have to have the mindfulness to realize that you're going to die. And then the calm to open your inventory, because most people don't probably have it on their scroll wheel, at least I don't. I don't have it on the top bar, because having the mirror on the top bar has made it so I accidentally recall way too many times, right? It's irrelevant. It's really good for speedrunning. But it's irrelevant. You've only used it for unmaking tools you've moved on from. just never found it. I don't know what the generation logic is. You also use the mirrors and not the pots? Yeah, I use the pots until I have a mirror, and then I'll use the mirror. And honestly, mostly the reason for that is that I just don't like having them in my inventory. The potions are always the thing that I'll be like, well, I don't really need to carry these around when my inventory's full. And then I'm like, oh shit. I needed those. Stuck in a hole at the bottom of my elevator. Ran out of platforms 20 minutes ago. You're gonna have your elevator go through the underground house and restore the house as a midway base? Absolutely. Sounds nice. Sounds nice. Man, 1.5 to 2 seconds though, huh? For speedrunning, that's humongous. How many times do you reckon they recall in the average speedrun, Eugene? Let's say to Moonlord. That's gotta be like, what? 50 times? That's a lot of time saved. Can't be that many. Probably closer to like 30 or something. Really, really cracked guy you watch doesn't even use mirrors, but he does hardcore all the time, yeah. If you're doing hardcore, that's significant. Still going primarily on the x-axis, you're finding a lot of good ore. What height are you at? Like, oh, I suppose you don't have it. You don't know. Never mind. What's your, like, background look like? Everything goes smoothly, not even 20. So, still nearly a full minutes of time saved. That's good. Speedrun wise, that's big. Don't know how tightly contested Terraria speedrunning is, but the background is an unremarkable cave. You're still on the top layer. Ouch. Normal Moonlord unseeded is around an hour. Those fucking people, man. World record is 52 minutes. Holy shit. How contested is it? Like, is there a lot of time gap at the top, or is it relatively close? fast for under an hour. Decently then. As you can make a hook. Yeah, you just need like 15 of it or so. Never remember how much it is for the gem hooks. You don't even need a hook for a gem hook, do you? Man, it's actually like hard to build a basic grappling hook at this point. It's so wild. It's so nice that they added that crafting thing at the guide. Gone are the days of having to just remember all of those memories in your head. All of the shit and how to build it. What's time tuning of no clue to find out more. Yep. It was a lot harder back then though. A lot harder. Oh, hi, Sergios. Oh, you fucker. That was a cheap hit. Tiggy knows it. Close. I have no idea how I'm still alive. That was very lucky. Why aren't you leaving, by the way? You're nearly dead. Get out of here. They're faffing around with the Syringios. Seriously, why are you still in here, though? Well, make sure I don't take another death, which means just not fighting them when they're in an area together. That boy stayed in there for a long time. Hope Terraria gets pulled for me in the near future so I can enjoy it again. Yeah, quickest it probably gets pulled is likely to be a run where I don't know if I'll enjoy it as much, to be fair. Like, Calamity just looks downright painful. Drops only is miserable. You have a run with me, fun. I'm genuinely so confused. Why this Brute Takeaxe is still in this fucking area, man. Did they just leave at the same time? They did. Apparently Helldivers is requiring people to use PSN accounts on Steam. That was the announcement, yep. Sounds obnoxious. Hasn't even happened yet. I was reading someone saying PSN site will kill the game. Yeah. It won't. People are just, like, the worst now. Hey, Charlie, by the way. Like, it's shit for people who are outside PSN territories. Obviously. But, like, for a massive chunk of people, it's a mild inconvenience. But because the internet is the internet, a whole bunch of people are like, fucking table flip, punching through the window. The game's dead, it's gonna kill the game, it's the end of the game, they've ruined it, they hate us. So sick of it, man. It doesn't matter what the main problems are. There's legitimate problems, but this, like, people not need to contort themselves like they're fucking children. Sorry. This makes me very angry. 90% of these people are grown-ass adults. Be angry, yes. Raise issues, yes. Acting like fucking toddlers. Because they kind of still are. Well, they don't get to be. Tough shit. It's the real world. Not don't raise an issue, right? It's bullshit. If your region doesn't have it, on the flip side, it literally has been on the Steam store page the entire time. Now, people don't read those bits off to the side. So, you can argue that. But it has been on there quite literally the whole time. The available areas one. If it says requires PSN login, check if you have a PSN account or can make one. It's not difficult, right? The way it's been handled is poor. One, it hasn't even fucking happened yet. This hasn't happened. It's not been put into force. It doesn't go into force until the end of the month. Hasn't even happened yet. So, based on the way they've handled themselves so far as a company, hopefully, they might manage to just say, like, hey, Sony, you know, this game, which is one of the best-selling PlayStation titles of recent history, a lot of that is due to Steam. Can we, like, not require players on Steam to log in with a PSN account? Hasn't even happened. It's just been announced. It should be complained about. But there's right ways to do it and there's wrong ways to do it, and this is the wrong way. Communities manager said they're going to look for a way around the region issue because they don't intend to shut people off yet. But it doesn't matter. I know that, but it doesn't matter. Because everyone's already started throwing a hissy fit and crying on the floor of the supermarket. Everyone who's walking past the aisle and looking in hasn't seen the fact that the kid was running full speed and smacked its head into the wall or something, right? Everyone's just looked in, seeing it crying and watching the mum try to console it, like, failing, and being like, oh, what a shit mum. First, the community manager said if you can't be asked, take 120 seconds to make a PSN count and leave a negative review. I don't care. Honestly, good on him. Good on him. That's a response from a human being. That is... The region issue is something that should be complained about. That's something that should be fixed. But the people who are complaining, because, like, purely because they can't be asked to make an account, not because of data breaches or anything like that, they can just go and fuck off, right? I agree. It's stupid. So much just miscellaneous whining. At least they apologize, yeah, because they're a human being. This is something that people have apparently forgotten. Is that people who make games are humans as well and don't have perfect information. Right? When it comes to the data leaks and all that, they might have known about that. Problem is, since that game is also, at least when you play that game, it loads up saying PlayStation Studios. Presumably PlayStation has had some sort of funding process as part of that, right? They've actually funded the game in some degree, would be my assumption. So they have some level of power over, like, the way it's distributed. Because I doubt this is just a missive from, you know, whatever the fuck the company's called. Arrowhead? I can't remember. Just being like, hey! I'm sure they've had their priority on, like, other shit. And then Sony's just been, like, tapping their watch, like, fix it. We've got data to sell, right? There is problems. They do need to fix it. People need to stop assuming everything's just intentionally malicious. I didn't know that PlayStation Network wasn't available in the entirety of Africa. Until, like, yesterday. It's only available in like 60 countries worldwide and there's 180 recognized nations. I didn't know that. It's likely they didn't as well. Had enough of it. Had enough. I really need to play some of that today. I haven't actually played any. Fucking up at 7 o'clock in the morning, going out and going shopping and didn't play any. Explodey man? What? Oh, do you mean the demolitionist? Yes, okay. Dodgy off-brand Spider-Man. Not what you're referring to, as it turns out. Explodey man! Very funny. You don't recall how the song goes? Neither do I. Neither do I. Has been a very long time since I watched the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. Tobey Maguire, is that his name? It might be. God, was it good to see him in one of the newer ones, though. That was nostalgia right there. Oh my god, stop. Zanoga, man. Zanoga! Please. You have to give me a turn somewhere. Before you still use stupid, it's really fast. Probably too fast. I forgot how many quests I got left, by the way. Around 5? Yeah, it's somewhere around 5. I know I've still got Frenzied Bracky, Frenzied Devil Joe. Kashala and Syringios. I've obviously got this one. There might be one more. It's either 5 or 6, I guess. Is that what Black Rover said as you're then breathing this guy? Forgetting one. I think that's it. Because I said 8, and that's 4, and then I said 4 just now, right? The 2 Frenzied, and then the Apex, and the Elder Dragon. So it's 5 left, including this quest. I think I forgot Azure Raphalos before, when I was saying the names out loud. Nice. Frenzy Devil Joy though, man. Ugh. Really not looking forward to that. Whoopsie. That's a herb. What do you recommend it to go to from Copper? I mean, anything that upgrades? Make it with the best ore that you can get. Platinum and gold are the highest. You can make one of those. Evil, but it doesn't need to get that hardcore-ish. Yeah, Evil's a bit of a rough thing to go to unless you've already become familiar with the bosses. What difficulty did you put yourself on, Mace? I assume softcore. The lowest, so normal. Cool. What world size did you grab, Mace? Small? That's unfortunate. But fair. You go for cactus when just starting? Yeah, cactus is a good shout for anything when just starting off, honestly. An upgrade from wood. What are you doing, mister? I mean, the pickaxe, I mean, the copper pickaxe might as well be a wooden pickaxe, right? With how bad it is. Playing normal and using the armor with thorn potions is not a bad idea, yeah. Actually does a lot of reflection damage if you pair it with the thorns. Only problem with that is that for a thorns potion you need cactus. if you need to make them, which gets a wee bit awkward. I used my cactus for the armor. Does cactus infinitely regrow? I can't remember. It's like the trees, right? Where it doesn't need an acorn, it just will grow at some point, if I recall. No. Memory's fuzzy on cactus logic. My stamina ran out. Stygian Sodega, man. You remember preparing for each boss like Kraus, you know you do I on Legendary without heavies. I still prepare for each boss. And I only play on Expert. The bosses scare me. I don't want to die. I don't want to die a turn. I've just got to wait until he leaves that area. Gives me a chance to talk to my partner as well. There we go. Arenas are a necessity, yeah. No! It got cancelled. That's so upsetting. Didn't want to do... King Slime's even harder in Legendary than I have Cthulhu. I think King Slime might just be harder than I have Cthulhu, even on Expert, in my opinion. I don't know what FTW is. You can't use shorthands. Stuff. With Terraria, because I don't know what it is. It's for the worthy, which is legendary. Oh, is legendary not a damage option? A difficulty option? What's the one above expert called? Oh, master. I can't even imagine playing in the game on master mode. Talk about legendary mode. Calamity will be a failed challenge run. Chisel wanted the first failed challenge run. If Black Reliquary doesn't do it from Ein, Calamity from Dawn will. There are a few dumb things about it. Skeleton Probe destroys blocks with its bombs. Jesus. When I just triple cut 1 or 2 times, even if I tripled 1 or 2 times, I'd still have plenty of quests left, Chisel. I nearly tripled against Brute Tiggy, though. Don't you worry, Chisel. Don't you worry. I've got 2 of the shittiest quests upcoming. In this run still. Stygian is probably harder than Kashala will be. Don't know about Apex Steve, he might not be that bad. That is Frenzied Brachinios. And a Frenzied Devil Joke. Both of which are a wee bit fucked. Why do I think Black Reliquary might be doomed? Because I am struggling on beginner to not lose people. And I need to do veteran and champion. And also the bosses. Don't do Joe with Charles Blade, it doesn't really work great against him. Joe! I don't know what I was gonna use against, to be honest. Maybe Greatsword, because I can charge up while he's doing his leg slam. Nuzlocke can have a lose condition too. Probably will for me, because I'm not very good at Pokemon. Also, I don't have a ton of patience when it comes to grinding in Pokemon. Lose condition equals table flip. I can't do that. All my stuff's on the table. All my stuff. Volcanus actually would have been a really great rusted relic there, by the way. Or a rush shard weapon. Would have been really good to keep for this run. Hilariously. It's kind of dodgy to have the cannon pointing towards the town. Just saying. Koshala can go in there in the cannon. It's pretty big, yeah. I feel like that might cause it to misfire. Just a wee bit. Real. It's Bracky? It is Bracky, yes. Bracky, then Devil Show, then Sirigios, then Kushala. And then we call this challenge complete. That is all that's left. Do I use the longsword or switch axe here? For Kidios? Shit, I haven't killed one. It's weaker to ice than water, right? If memory serves. Longsword might be better. -2 ice, -4 water. He's weaker to water, then I'll use the switch axe. Do I know what's going on with the Helldivers thing? I do. The short rundown is essentially the game always required you to have a PlayStation account to play it, but that requirement got removed because of the server issues early on, as an easy way to fix the server issues. For Steam players, you didn't need a PlayStation account. They are now reintroducing that. But there's a whole bunch of people who own the game in territories that are not inside areas where you can get PlayStation accounts. Which means if you make a PlayStation account, they can ban you if they find out you're not actually from the territory that you made the PlayStation account. At which point you lose access to the game. And as is the case with the internet in every available situation ever, instead of people being like, yo, this isn't okay, you need to change this, everyone acted like Arrowhead has just taken a big old steaming shit directly into their mouth and has just gone absolutely fucking wild. Instead of pointing out the issues and being like, it needs to be fixed, like this is unacceptable. And presumably they're now working on it. I don't know. To be fair, you don't see a nice way of pointing out working with stuff like this. You just say, like, this is not okay. You can be loud without being pricks. That's the thing. There's a difference between being loud and being just a colossal douche canoe. What people are doing is being douche canoes. Nothing wrong with being loud. What are they doing? Calling the developers sellouts, saying they're scumbags. They're just shills for Sony. The whole thing has been a plan this entire time for Sony to steal their data. Calling it a dead game, saying they should be boycotted from every game in future existence. That no one should ever employ any of these people ever again. You know, fuck the developers, fuck the art team, fuck everyone. Normal internet shit. I'm sure they've got death threats. Hell, I'm sure they had death threats before this was even announced. It's probably just completely unrelated. Instead of, you know, saying that there's a problem. To a company that is so active in its Discord server, it actually runs polls based on what people want introduced into the game next. Pretty willing to listen to feedback, right? People said they want more mission types, they put more mission types into the game. People said the Senator, which is a revolver, should get a speed reloader. They gave it a speed reloader. Like, they listened to their community. This comes up, suddenly they're scum of the earth. just sick of people. I don't think they should be doing it, right? But like, on the flip side of the coin, it has quite literally been on the Steam page the entire time. That requirement has been on there the whole time. It doesn't take long to find out. If you can make a PSN account, if it's available in your region. Right, it literally takes like a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes tops, if you're not very literate, with making accounts. Should the game being sold in regions on Steam that aren't available within that logic? No, they shouldn't. And that's a failing of the developers, because they probably weren't even aware that that was a thing. I didn't. I didn't know that was a thing. My partner didn't. I don't know how many people know that PSN isn't available in different things. The community wasn't sure, wasn't? Yeah, exactly. But like, why the fuck isn't it? The fuck is Sony doing? Right? No. Game's dead. Shut it down. It's all over, boys. Pack it up. That's why I don't look at gaming news. Because it just makes me angry how people react. They never understand how people in charge can't foresee massive shitstorm after decisions like that. Depends what you mean by people in charge. Sony don't give a crap. The people who are making the decision at Sony don't care because it will never come back on their head. Everyone's gonna blame the developer. Sony knows that. Who knows if Arrowhead knew? I can't speak for them, bro. Right? They might have just not known. That it wasn't available in certain territories. And if the only way their game got made was with funding from Sony, I'm making assumptions, right? I don't know. But if the only way their game got made was with Sony's funding, this is not that big of a price to pay for them. You have to link your account. If you don't know about the region thing, no biggie, right? All your players got to spend a few minutes making an account, linking it with Steam. Eh. Is it inconvenient? Is it stupid? Yeah, it's fucking irritating. you rather have never had the game in the first place? Totally screams with big shiny lights that it's a Sony move. How could anyone not see that? I don't mean to insult a massive chunk of people. I know it's a rhetorical question. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen a community in anything that has less critical thinking skills than gamers. It is staggering. How unbelievably fucking self-entitled and just unwilling to look outside their own cone of vision they are. Nice strong rain right now. Nice. Hell yeah. I wish it was here as well. It is unfortunately not. We had a little bit yesterday. But nothing that I would want. Storming for you, Dawn. God damn it. Getting screwed over again. You'll bring the air moisture up for the plants. The humidity. You've got Thunder Mace. Ooh, nice. It is what it is. I hate that saying. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Unacceptable. That's what it is. You're scared of the Thunder Mace? I used to be scared of thunder when I was a child. "47 minutes with the train." It's relatively close on a like global scale, right? I used to be terrified of thunder and lightning, and I can't remember why, but at some point when it was raining, I just stood outside. While it was thundering and lightning, and I just wasn't afraid anymore. I have no idea what happened. Just wasn't thunder. Just wasn't scared anymore. A thunder potentially means a tornado, so you get wary, especially at that time of the game. For you, yeah. Yeah, that's much more of a concern in in America than it is in the UK. you also was when you were 9? I can't remember how old I was. Maybe like 12 or something? God, I'm not scared anymore. Poop. I just stood out there and watched it. I don't know. Just watched the lightning crackle through the clouds and was just like, this is cool. I guess. And you live in Tornado Alley? Oh, delightful. That's a good reason to be scared of thunder. Remember one particular night, ran into the bedroom and your mum was coming back. The rabbit had stuff in its fur looking grumpy. Just pissed. I was pretty sure with rain and thunder. Oh, I loved rain. It's just I was scared of thunder and lightning. I can't speak as to the experience in a caravan. I imagine it's basically the same, just a slightly different noise. Rain on the top of the tent, though. At night, when you're falling asleep. Long day on holiday. Get into the tent. Starts to rain. Oh. So comfortable. So comfortable. Similar but a little quieter and a slightly deeper though. Okay. Still good, just different good. Honestly, just the sound of rain in general is lovely. Bluvia file. But I am. Flooding isn't a problem because you live on very high elevation. That's good. Flooding isn't a problem for me where I live either. If it was, there would be real big trouble because, like, thousands of people have died. If where I live floods, there's bigger issues. Oh, hi, Steve. You're always fucking here, eh? Would have been really nice if I had not brought the Wisestone on this quest. If I actually had the Wisestone, would have been fan-fucking-tastic, man. Really? That was close. That's not a nice way to be welcomed into an area, man. Not a nice way to be welcomed into an area. Monsters can't go down platform. Depends on the monsters, I think. But monsters don't spawn far off the screen, so if you're worried about the elevator, it'll be fine. Well, in case that also works. Surprised you aren't playing like a dragon, Base. Attach another housing to your big house while you're at it and hide it under that. Yeah, I usually dig my elevator off the side of my basement. I'll have a basement in most of my houses where I put all of my chests. And then the elevator will come off of that. It's just convenient. Like a tunnel and then it's behind doors, yep. And that way it also looks like something intentional rather than just a giant fucking hole in the ground. This is my intentional hole in the ground. Also, the elevator also good to fend off the evil. Hard mode, yeah. I honestly don't know if I've ever had that bit of problem. The evil spread. Also, don't you have to make the elevator like 5 wide for that? Or 3 wide, maybe? Rather than 5. Because it can jump like 4 blocks. 2, 3, 4 blocks? I don't know. Can definitely jump 2 blocks. In dynamite terms, that wouldn't be a problem. I can't even imagine digging a dynamite elevator, man. That must be so expensive. I gotta save all that money for enchantment rerolls. I am just dead, I think. Oh! I actually somehow get out of that situation. That would have been the triple cut as well. That was incredibly close. Come on, Pracky. He did pretty good there, to be fair. Yes, he's injured. That was too close. Genuinely way too close. Perfect emo for me, what? The T? Is that Geralt? With the pinky up. I'm very famous for putting my pinky up. Proper royal drinker I am. Gotta be concerned about how, you know, I don't drink ever on camera, so yeah, it's really weird. Oh, fuck. Out of stamp. Good job, Ty! The hero! No! Ty once again with the save. The aggro pull. Ugh. Cat is pulling its weight right now. Just go out and open your mouth, yeah. Might not be quite so clean. That third explosion, man, it keeps getting me. Oh, fuck. Got away with it. No. Let the German mix into your sentence again, Eugene. The tiredness. It's hitting you. It should be. It's a necessity, right? Fuck. 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 All good. I am running out of healing. Please! Die! Not if it's intentional. Ah, okay, fair enough. I never know with you. Oh. Oh, that was a toughie. Get a gem, because naturally, I don't need it. Three more. Frenzied Devil Show. Fuck my life. Frenzied Devil Show. Then Apex Syringios. Then Kashala. Rusted Kashala. Swax is mighty tough against Reggie. That was hard, yeah. That was harder than I thought it was gonna be. That was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know if Longsword would have been much easier for me. I think I would have struggled to get red, which meant I wouldn't have done good damage the whole time, and I think it would have taken longer, which would have killed me. Sheathing would have been easier though, so maybe I would have not taken as much damage. Who knows? The name of science! I gotta know that boy. Not by just looking, I don't. Nope. I, in fact, do not know that boy. Doggy with blue horns. It don't ring any bells in the old dome right now. I have one dung bomb. Yes, good. Shadow of the Colossus creator. The only other game I know that they made is called Eco. I have not played it though. The Last Guardian? That I have heard of, but I've heard the name, but it doesn't ring a bell. I definitely haven't played it. This is Breakable, right? Yeah. Frenzied Devil Show. I have a grand total of 75 minutes. Each quest hopefully takes 25. That would be ideal. Big pet, you command to progress in the game. You can't do much except grab stuff and ledges. Neat. Definitely don't know it. I definitely don't know that. Shadow of the Colossus was really unique, fantastic one-time experience. There's a YouTube video about Shadow of Colossus that I absolutely adore. I don't know if it got linked to me or if I just randomly came across it one day. Shit on it or praising it? Neither. It's titled like something along the lines of the search for like Shadow of the Colossus and the search for the last great secret or something. Just a fantastically made video. Really, really well done. One of those YouTube videos that you click on because you're mildly interested. And at the end of it, I'm like crying with delight. Because it was so well made. Like Summoning Assault is that level of good as well. So you're like, oh neat, some random speedrun, that'll be interesting. Sounds like a fun game. It sounds like really fun, yeah. I feel like for me at this point, I know too much about the game, so the magic is kind of lost. I can't even imagine the feelings that game would have given me if I was like during young and impressionable times. To play through that whole game and see the ending, oh my god. Amazing, amazing game. Fantastic proof of more is not always better as well. Last Guardian's PS4 only. Oh, that's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer. Happens. I don't know what studio makes those games. But those three in particular, I've basically seen nothing but praise for. Last Guardian being the only experience I've had with it. They're called Team Ico. Amazing. Ico I've seen nothing but praise for. Shadow of the Colossus I've basically seen nothing but praise for. This is the first mention of Last Guardian. So, technically nothing but praise. Not quite on the same scale. Okay, the second one was him getting angry. Cool. And my Y-Stone back soon. Can hopefully knock him out of enraged at that point. Last chance. Do I know this dude? Yes, I am aware of who Pyramid Head is. Not because I've played Silent Hill, though. Pyramid Head Silent Hill? I think so, right? Unsurprisingly, considering I am almost famously at this point, I would say, not a fan of horror games. I've never touched Silent Hill. Silent Hill's scary, yeah. Ill DBD. What about Dead by Daylight? I mean, Pyramid Head is in Dead by Daylight, but he's not from Dead by Daylight base. You know? Okay. You are of the generation that is young enough that they would potentially not know that Silent Hill exists. Silent Hill slash PT, best horror game you ever played. Gives you chills even though you fully know it. PT was the like tech demo thing, right? That never actually came out, but the demo was available. Yeah. I think I watched an AI video about that one, and it was very interesting. With how the horror entity woman is actually just behind you at all times. She just moves as your camera moves. So she is literally always there. You just cannot see her. She's in a certain part where she possesses you, yeah. It's just very cool. How they just make her behind you at all times, potentially, like, actually invisible so you can't see. Because it was just easier that way. And then occasionally just make her visible. Oh, scary. Really neat. Really, really neat. Got destroyed by Konami. Konami seem to go out of their way to blow up everything they can that could potentially make them any money. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Konami are weird. You want to see me playing it now? No, thank you. Thank you. I'll shit my pants, guaranteed. I won't shit my pants, I'll just leave my computer. I got jump scared by a YouTube short the other day. And I nearly broke my desk with how quickly I stood up. Failed to stand up because I smashed my knees against the underside of my desk and got slapped back down onto my butt. I don't do well with horror. Fight or flight? Yep. Good old fight, flight, freeze. Side charge was juicy. It was pretty good. I feel like I'm doing good damage to this pickle. I also do know that pickle's pretty tanky though. Never mind. I'm doing fan-fucking-tastic damage to this pickle. There we fucking go. Hey Wonder, how you doing? Way better than I imagined it would be, 100%. How are the hunts going? Stygian was a nightmare, Raging Brachiosaurus was a nightmare. This Devil Show, way easier than I thought it was going to be. And then I've only got 2 more. And the challenge is done. What the fuck is a breakable weapons run? It's got your head scratched in a bit. Once I've gone on 5 quests, my weapon breaks until I upgrade it, at which point that repairs the weapon. If I ever triple cart, the weapon fully breaks and I have to upgrade it. I only have access to 5 weapons on this run. If at any point all 5 of them are broken and I cannot upgrade them to repair them, I lose. The run is considered a loss. However, I only have 2 quests left to do. And it's in the bag unless Steve goes really badly. You can't stop playing Crusader Kings free. Hey! Nice. CK3 is a great fucking game, man. I really need to play some CK3 at some point. Amazing game. This pickle was a stomping. 16 minutes. Stomping. It's actually a really neat idea. Credit to the idea goes to Chisel. Cheesley. In chat here. Really good challenge run suggestion. Really, really good challenge run suggestion. You're overwhelmed with everything, but it's still fun, yeah. The best thing about a game like CK3, in my opinion, if you're playing by yourself, which I assume you are, if you get overwhelmed, you just pause it, right? You pause, you take a moment, see what's confusing, you try and understand it. It's so nice. It's why I fell in love with EU4 so much. Europa Universalis 4, made by Paradox as well. Because I could just pause. If I needed to. If I need to read the flavor text of the event, I can just pause the game. You get overwhelmed with Civ 6 and Stellaris. Stellaris overwhelms me, yeah. Still want to get into both games. They're really good games. I think I kind of blew my Civ load on Civ 5. And then I found Grand Strategy, and now it's really hard for me to go back to Civ 6. I found map painting, and I'm like, I want to paint the map my color. And Civ isn't very good for that necessarily. Super Pinecone? Yeah. These cutscenes are too good. They're really well done. Am I winning? 2 more quests, we'll find out, one guy. I very well maybe. I very well maybe. Oh, do I get determination now as well? I think I do, right? Bum, 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 bum. Almost got one of your buddies down on Base World. About to do Xeno next time he's on. Nice. Very nice. What happens after I win? We crack open this bad boy right here. And we pull a world run. Then stream ends. That's determination. 2 world runs? No? Permadeath isn't ongoing at the moment anymore. Also, the armor, Sagando, there's a little bit of Lagombi in there. There's 2 pieces of Lagombi. My armor is just pieces that I could fit. What do I want to use for Steve? Skills? I have speed sharpening with decorations on the helmet and the chest piece, and the arms have speed sharpening. Health is exclusively decorations. Tremor resistance is 6 from the talisman, then 4 from decorations. It's not great. It didn't need to be great. It just needed to get me through like 10 quests. use Lance against Steve? $130, good green. Might not be a terrible idea. I can get revenge for the guys that got beat up with this in the cutscene because they had these lances as well. I kind of like that. I'm gonna do that. I've sort of just backed myself into a corner, by the way. If I triple cart like 3 quests in a row, I can't upgrade any of my weapons anymore. It's fine, we're just making it spicy. Gotta make the challenge run spicy. Should be good. Did I get any Devil Joe talents? I did indeedy. $295 defense. I should be able to get over 300 if I've got the money, which I do. 307 defense. Seems grand to me. Let's go. Let's go. Sergios. I don't have like any blocking skills or any stamina skills, so that might be a wee bit wonky, but I'm sure it'll be fine. That won't cause any problems at all. It'll be fine. This hunt a million times. I've done it quite a few. Most of my experience is with Julies, though. Just smoke it. That's the plan. It throws the steam at you. Yeah, it does. It's great. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that's a quick death. That's a quick Whitestone on cooldown as well. Fucking hell. I thought he was gonna do the double swipe, but then he didn't do the double swipe. And then I was still standing up from my jump and it killed me. That's not supposed to happen? No. No, it's not. And yet, it did. Man, that's gonna really fuck with getting him out of Apex. Losing all of that force. Oh, well. It happens. Maybe I should sit up. Steve Vigios. Nice. Stabity, stabity, stab till GG. Let's hope it goes like that. I like that outcome. It's a good outcome. Traveling merchant has a katana, but you can't afford it. Always a painful moment when a traveling merchant has something you want. Magic guns only? That's so hyper specific. Thank you, Ceridios. Man, drive comes back wildly fast on this quest. Come on, Stevie boy. He always goes backwards, I think. The space gun, the zappinator, the orange zappinator, and the alien stuff. I don't even know what the zappinator is. He did not go backwards. He might go forwards instead. I may be mistaken. Traveling merchant. Oh, okay. Does the star cannon not count? Wait, does this area loot? What the fuck? Did I go? What did? Huh? What happened? What did I do? I'm so confused. Did I go the wrong way? And not notice somehow? Fort travel's exhausting. Wild, huh? It's okay, you're in. You can rest now, my dear. You can rest. Don't have to worry about it. It's not worth going for it in a speedrun. Yeah, you need too many stars. Most of these things sound like they're miserable enough to do by themselves. Not also to do a speedrun on top of it. This person's, like, insane, dude. Actually crazy. I hope I never get good enough at Monster Hunter that I have to do stuff like that to find fun in it. Say he's particularly correct. He goes along with variety. He goes for variety stuff, either he's not patient enough to do it. Oh. Stab him, come on. Can't hit the damn syringe half of the time. That was a leg break, I'm pretty sure. I actually unapexed him in one Whitestone go? That is nuts. Hell yeah. Good shit, man. That means I was doing crazy good damage. The poking. The poking is strong. I did get the knockdown, I suppose. That does help a lot. Weaky gamer ankle. So Reggie's too busy loading up on Mountain Dew rather than drinking actual fluids. His bones are so brittle. Hasn't had any milk. There are 14 magic guns. That's a lot. Yeah, isn't the one which is like you get it from all of flesh, like a laser rifle? Pretty certain by now the D-Apex damage you deal is based on motion value instead of the attack connecting, instead of the absolute damage dealt. Oh, really? Kinda weird. What is 3DS only? You doubt this will go badly at this rate? I certainly hope not. It would be lovely to get another one cracked out. We got a goal to reach. We got a goal to reach. Whoops. Oh, sneaky. Predicted it. I mean, for the space gun, don't you only need to destroy a meteor? Or an orb? Or do you need to kill a boss as well to get meteorite to drop? You need to kill Brain or Ether now? There are fake shadow chests that contain meteor buzz, but they aren't guaranteed. Oh, come on. Yeah, there they go. Unfortunately. This guy's kind of been a pain in the ass all of a sudden. Will you stop? Dude! You're being a real stingy and Sudogo right now. He really is channeling hardcore Stygian Sudoku energy, huh? Never stop attacking, no openings at any point ever. Just attacks chained into attacks. The rest of the ones you didn't mention are saucer. Oh god. Anything I could ever think about with the saucers is how I could just never get them to show up. On the run that I did. The melee only one. They just... Was it melee only? I can't remember what it was that I did. I think it was melee only. They just would not show the fuck up. Okay. Hey, Steve Ditto. And then there was what? A single quest left. And it's a wonky quest, so it won't even be that bad. Delete that reward. There we go. It's not going to G. I'm too burnt out on 4U. Too tired. Feel it behind me eyes. I also get the distinct feeling that this challenge run would become very unfun very quickly in G rank. Why not try? Because I'm burnt out on 4U. Badly burnt out on 4U. This is a relic run. $30 minutes, one quest left to go. Yeah, it's going to be very good timing. Greatsword? Greatsword Collector I was over the burnout from by the time I did the relic run. Huh? Oh. I can't speak to him. I was like, where is my quest? How How many times did I have to triple cut to lose this run? 5. God bless that Kashana. Yes, Eugene? Doing drops only at the same time would be very interesting, by the way. Because we'll get different drops, obviously. Did you know the armor you go for? I obviously haven't thought about it. Rusted Kushala. Oh, the Dragonator doesn't work? Oh, cock. For some reason I thought it did. I bounce off his body. This is one of the AI hunters, yep. That hyped you, by the way, in your first playthrough? Yeah, it did me as well. Charlotte hits over here, so I'm gonna go stand over here. Never mind, he's moving. Rusted Kushala is what happens when a whole bunch of hunters fail to kill a goddamn Kushala. This thing should not live for this long. The problem here is its lifespan has been allowed to continue. Somebody really should have got on this a lot earlier. They molt occasionally. They should not be allowed to live long enough to molt. It's an inherent failing that's happened. Signed a policy. Kashala signed an NDA about Namiel's existence. He actually hit it. Nice one. Wild that he actually hit the fucking thing. First time for everything, I guess. He's going for the other guy. Sorry, Ace Gunner. Should hit the wings, yeah. Nice. Hiya, Kush. Hiya, Kush. I like that you get over here so much quicker than he does. Yay! I win! Up! I win tease. Boom. It also occurs to me, by the way, this is one of those situations where technically we break the guild's rules because there's 5 people on this hunt. Because I'm there as well. We're doing it, lads. We've done it. It's over. We win. At least wanna. I will do the pool. Yes, I will pool the next game. Let's do this. Oh, we got which gonna. There's more cutscenes. Oh yeah, he needs to give his sword away. It's very emotional. Pull the lever. Crunk. Drag lever. It's definitely not the right lever if it fires a fucking Dragonator. I love how a game in complete fucking gibberish language can convey how important that is. It's so good. What a good game. What a good game. The protagonist is silent, he doesn't understand anyone. I love the idea that all hunters just don't understand shit that anyone else is talking about. That's great. That's great. We're gonna let this play in the background here. Live screen capture. MH4U, quote-unquote breakable weapons from Chisel. Completed 15th. Let me make myself a big boy. Thank you for the run, Chisel. It was a very cool idea. Very cool run. I got a pull. I just realised I should not make myself a big boy. I should move myself as well because I cut off the chat window. Let me do this. There we go. Where do I put myself? It's not in the way. It's always in the way. Just in the way. To be fair, understandable. Right. This. Let me just go to this. Give it as much of a tumble around as I can, because they're just fused together at this point. You yap too much to be mysterious. I don't. Not really. I just close these runs. They've fallen open. Give it another turnover. Right. Here we go. The rules, just to clarify, has to be Monster Hunter World. That's it. It has to be Monster Hunter World. Or third? No, it has to be World. Why not Free You? Because we just did Free You. And I don't want to burn myself out on Free You as well. Because we'll do Free You after World. Or Portable Fed. I want to give myself enough time period that once I've cycled back to Free You, I can hopefully cycle back to 4U again. And if we look at the old challenge runs here, my big old chunky head's in the way. If I move this over here, if you can see on here, look at the list here. 4U has 28 remaining runs. World has 25 remaining runs. 3U has 9. Let's maybe not burn through them too quickly. We wanna hold free you off for a little bit, or we're just gonna be right. It's just gonna be for you. So I want to try and start sprinkling free you in there a little bit more, you know, sporadically. It's got to be world. The first one was not world. Let's do this. That is for you. That's for you. Thank fuck. That was not what happened. Free you, dual blade Pock. Doesn't count. Whee! Ah! That's Dark Souls. That was too close. For you. That works. That one works. And if anything, probably works at its best in world. This one. Right here. Only allowed what is currently on your hunter or being carried. No using the boxes at all. Is that too easy for the sake of world? Monster mats get their own area in world. That might be too easy for world. Can I press F11 for you? I was leaving that on purpose so that the bit on the right, my dear, over here, you can see chat. Because if I put it in full screen, chat gets really hard to read. That might be too easy in world. So I think I'm not going to count that one. That's the for you, dual blade Puck. Trying to force me into playing dual blades right now. For you. Free you. For you. Dark Souls. That's 2 of Mace's Dark Souls runs. Dark Souls. 2 in the world random. No, Kami. That's Lies of P. That's for you. There's meant to be a shitload of world in here. For you. Where's all the world? For you. Heart Gold. Fucking Calamity Terraria. This isn't meant to be this difficult. Sleep only? How doable is sleep only in world? Is Iron here? Are you here, Iron? This is your run. It says game yet to be decided on this piece of paper. You didn't actually tell me what you wanted. Push the lady, ring the gong. I don't know how sleep only is in world. It's just Radaban, right? That's it. It's Radaban. Maybe something awakened, element-wise? To be fair, is there ever gonna be a game that has more than one monster for sleep only? Yes, free you. Maggie and Plesioff. For you has... some other stuff. Unite does not count, Chisel. Get out of here. GU don't count either. That might be best done in free you. I might save that one for free you. I can't even read that one. I think that said any, but I think it was Dark Souls. Pikmin! For fuck's sake. 4U Charge Blade Pug? No. Sekiro? No. 3U! Dark Souls 3! Seriously? There's meant to be 25 of them in here. I'm gonna have to put all of these back in. Am I sure I got all the world runs? Look at how many runs are still in this box. Look at how many pieces of paper are still in here. Look at this. Look at this. That's my life right there. Oh, you motherfucker. It's not a collector's challenge. It's Xeno%. It's Xeno%. To try and get the sub 250 with dual blades, I have to beat my PB. It's the speedrun. Cock. That's gonna be incredibly difficult. Maybe give it a time limit? We will. We'll give it... yeah, maybe until the end of July. You fucker. Just watch a world record run, I'll be fine. What, for dual blades? I'm the world record run. We can't watch my own run. And the world record run for the game in general uses Charge Blade, which is completely useless for me. Ugh. Okay. Well, I will be back tomorrow with some Black Reliquary followed by world speedruns. Oh yeah, it uses swags. Thank you. Sorry. Oh my god, that's such a pain in the butt. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. When link, if you want to know when I play, what I play, all that stuff. Discord, if you want any notifications, announcements, stream pings, all that stuff. There's a poll going on in there at the moment. If you want to take part in that, that's a grand old place to go right now. And then the YouTube channel, which is just Stream Gods. If you subscribe to it, turn off the bell, because it will spam the shit out of you, and you don't want that. That's me. Enjoy yourselves until I see you next time. Have fun. Toodaloo.